Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ethics at 8, where we are discussing ethics previous year questions from KPSC and UPSC examination. All right, I'm Dr. Arjun Bopanna, founder of Nama KPSC Academy. So let's go into today's question. Okay, so this question was asked in KPSC. So critically explain integrity, impartiality, and its significant role with reference to public administration. It's a very simple topic directly from the syllabus. So what are the various values that a public servant must have? There is a topic in your syllabus. So from that, two values have been taken, that is integrity and impartiality. So you are expected to write about integrity and impartiality and its role or its importance in public administration. So take about 7 to 8 minutes. It's a 150 word, 10 marker question. Take about 7 to 8 minutes to write your answer. Pause the video, and after writing, you can replay the video. Okay, so I hope you all have written the answer. So now let's go into the discussion. So let me give the structure for this answer, and then we will go into the discussion of what your content should have. Okay, very simple question. Integrity as a value, impartiality as a value, and why is it important for public administration? You have to give some case studies or examples of some bureaucrats or some important administrators. They have been in news for upholding integrity or upholding impartiality, and how they have benefited governance, how they have benefited society also. So let's see the structure. So first you define. So you can either write it separately, where you can write about integrity and its importance, one page, and impartiality and its importance, or you can write it together. It doesn't really matter. So you define what is integrity. Okay, a little bit about its feature, meaning what does integrity mean, and what are the essential principles of integrity. Okay, and how does it help public administration, or why is it useful, or what is the role? You'll have to write. So if this is your answer sheet, you define what it is and then write a heading, its significance or significant role played by this value in public administration. Same thing, you can define impartiality and then write about a little bit about its features, give examples, etc. And towards the end, conclusion may you can integrate both of them. So you can write how impartiality, how integrity are essential values that has to be incorporated in a public servant, which will ensure good governance, which will ensure attaining justice in our society, etc., upholding rule of law, upholding democratic values, etc. To do that, we need to have integrity and impartiality in our bureaucrats or public administrators. So let's just very quickly go through these points. I'm sure most of you would have the content in your notes or textbooks, etc. So what is integrity? Doing the right thing even when nobody is seeing, right? So it's a very important principle that we have to have as an individual or as a public administrators. So doing the right thing, adhere to the moral values, adhering to ethical principles, even when nobody is looking, even when nobody is there to check on you. If you adhere to these principles, you have this value called as integrity, right? So adherence to moral values, moral principles, ethical principles, honesty, being consistent in those actions, incorporating those in your decisions and behavior. Okay, so if you are having integrity, then you choose public needs over personal needs, because as public administrators, lot of power is given to you, lot of resources are given to you. Okay, so public resources will be under your control, or you will be utilizing that. And if you utilize that in public interest, we can ensure good governance. It will address, problems in public administrations like corruption, inequality, injustice, intolerance, etc. can be addressed through having integrity. See, now if an officer who is managing welfare programs has integrity, will ensure that the benefits will reach the actual beneficiaries. It will not be usurped by individuals or for self gain, etc. Right? So it promotes honesty, it promotes transparency, it promotes accountability. See, all these keywords, though it is mentioned over here, has to be there in your answer. The way you write can vary, but these keywords has to be there somewhere in your answers. Upholding ethical standards, adhering to the laws and regulations, rule of law of the land, etc. Avoid conflict of interest. So whenever there is conflict of interest, you come out of it and you give up that post, okay, because you might be biased. So if you having integrity, you will be able to do that. Sir M Vishweshwaraya, if you recall his stories, so how integrity helped him to gain the respect, and he became a true leader of our nation, okay, through his values like integrity. So write those examples over here. Okay, similarly ensures fairness, equality, justice, all these things can be written. Now, why is it so useful for public administration? Because if a public administrator has integrity, right, then the kind of decisions that he takes will be very efficient, okay, because he just has to take decisions based on these principles. He doesn't have to worry about whether somebody is going to get upset over it. He doesn't have to worry about political pressure. He doesn't have to look into personal gains. So his decisions will be very effective. He will know that he has to take this decision because this is the moral and ethical thing to do. So integrity helps in decision making. It becomes more easier if you have integrity. You don't have to think, somebody comes and offers you money. If you have integrity, you know your answer is going to be no, right? So therefore, it helps in decision making, makes decision easier, more consistent. A person who has integrity will be consistent in his decision, will be more committed to his job, will be more satisfied at the end of the day because he is performing his job with integrity, which will provide fulfillment. Because when your conduct is ethical, you get a sense of satisfaction, fulfillment, okay, better service to the public. So public also will benefit by having bureaucrats who have integrity. Resources will be utilized effectively, decisions will be taken effectively, unbiased, objectively, etc. Corruption will reduce, efficiency will increase, competitiveness of our public administration will improve, and all of this will ensure good governance. So thus, this is the role that is played by this value, integrity. Similarly, impartiality also. What is impartiality? When you take your decisions on objective manner, in an objective manner, that is called as impartiality, without being partial, without taking consideration of one particular group or individual. It could be political group, religious group, irrespective of that. If you take decisions objectively, that is called as impartiality. So define what is impartiality. Maybe a few features, like it's a principle of justice, treating everybody equal, irrespective of caste, gender, race, religion, region, right? Treating everybody equal is the principle of justice, and impartiality is essential to ensure justice. Political justice, economic justice, social justice can be achieved through impartialities. Okay, so based on objective criteria rather than bias or prejudice. That is what is impartiality. All right, so why is it important? Again, if you see these keywords, has to be there in your answer. So list out the importance. Don't just write one or two and just elaborate it. Write 5 to 10 importance like this. It helps in decision making. Actions are objective. It helps that public resources will be utilized effectively. Service delivery of the public administrator will be effective, equitable, efficient, economic. Okay, it fosters public trust. People will trust you, the civil servant who is having impartial, will know that will take decisions without any bias. So public will reach up to you. Groups, vulnerable groups, tribal groups, etc. They will come and reach up to you to help them. So public trust will increase. And that is the core of public administration. That's the core of good governance. When public trust the government, that is the core of good governance. So all this will ensure good governance. And then it will also promote social cohesion, because there is so much of diversity and discrimination in our society that an officer who is impartial will ensure social cohesion. So this way, in various dimensions, from political dimension, from economic dimensions, from social dimensions, if you are able to write your answer, you will get more points. See, it's a very simple topic, but these topics will help you score more marks if you are able to write it a little bit creatively, adding more dimensions, adding more points, and adding more examples. So make sure all those things are there in your answers. If not, you can expect that little bit marks will be cut from your from the answer. So this is how you can write this particular right answer to this particular question. So this is for today's Ethics at 8. I hope it was useful. Okay, make sure you tune into the same session tomorrow at 8 o'clock, okay, for another question. Make sure you are consistent in answer writing, and I'm sure it is going to help you. Thank you for watching. Okay, good day.